All right, here's our next one. I'm going to give you again a 90-second timer. And I will come back in 90 seconds to review it. Steve, our amazing off-camera teacher, will provide you a poll. And I got to give a shout out to Rich, our tech wizard behind the scenes. He is here all the time making sure that nothing explodes. And he says that he has adjusted the answer choice cutting off problem. So Rich, thank you. You're amazing. And folks, hope you can see the whole question. Go ahead and vote in the poll when you've got an answer. All right, folks, nice job on this one. Let's go ahead and review it. So step one, I hope you remembered, you want to read the question first. And if you forgot, great. It's better to forget now than on test day. We have the word assumption. So, this is an assumption style question, the most fundamental question type where it's just analyze the argument, predict the assumption. We go to step two where you read the passage. And here we had the nice word therefore, which was really great. So the conclusion was here at the end. When a bean dish's quality is more important than the need to cook that dish quickly, beans should not be pre-soaked. So there's our conclusion. And the evidence is everything before that point. Now, what I want to get to is what happens in step three. Because while you do not have to use mismatch concepts, you never have to use either mismatch concept or overlooked possibilities. You can just always use whichever one you want. This one is a really great demonstration of how effective mismatched concepts can be. Because tell me, please, in the chat, what is a concept or word that appears in the conclusion that the evidence just never mentioned it? Like the evidence never talked about this thing, never happened. It's just like bam, out of the blue. First time I've ever seen this thing. It's in the conclusion. This is one of the easiest and quickest tips to get better at finding assumptions. If something shows up for the very first time in the conclusion and it seems really, really important, then the assumption almost certainly has to involve that. In fact, you can just cross off any answer choice that doesn't have it. Like that's how big of a deal it is if the author brings up something in the conclusion for the very first time. Here, the conclusion mentions what Lauren's talking about, what Karina's talking about. Very nice, everybody. I see a lot of folks found this quality. What the heck else? That? Oh my God. The equality's never been mentioned before. So now you go back to the evidence and it's like, okay, well, what did the evidence talk about that clearly in the author's mind is equivalent to quality? That would be plumpness. So the author is assuming that there's some kind of a correlation between plumpness and quality. And wow, on test day, you can just summarily cross off any choice that doesn't have both those concepts. So for example, choice B has quality but no plumpness, gone. Choice A has choice C has neither one, gone. Choice D has neither one, gone. Now we have choice E, plumper the better it tastes. And then A, plumper beans enhance the quality of a dish. So one last little trap you had to jump around was that choice E talks about the taste of the bean, but when we say quality in the conclusion, it is the dish's quality. So note that very subtle LSAT big brain trap of distinguishing dish quality from bean quality. If you can dodge that last little obstacle, you can cross off E and then go back and pick the correct answer on this one, which is choice A for awesome. Circle that choice, click it, confirm it, move on with the LSAT. Now, on test day, about 90% got this one right. And that's about what we did with this one too. So, if this is like your first day of prep or you haven't been prepping long, congratulations. You just matched people who prepped as much as they wanted and took their final LSAT. And if you got it wrong, well, great. If you can spot now the difference between the evidence and conclusion, it's really clear why it has to be correct. You've learned something and now you can do better in the future. Okay.